Hey everyone! Today we're diving deep into the spine-chilling world of haunted houses, specifically focusing on the infamous Rumah Hantu that has had local legends talking for decades. Imagine standing before a structure that feels alive, its windows like eyes watching your every move. We aren't just looking at bricks and mortar, we're exploring the residual energy left behind by history. This isn't your typical tour. It's an immersion into a place where the sun rarely reaches. Stick with me as we walk through these dark corridors. It's going to be a journey filled with shadows, whispers, and the unexplained. Are you ready to see what's hiding in the dark? Let's begin our descent into the unknown. As we walk up the overgrown path, the air gets noticeably colder, thick with a dampness that clings to your skin. The grass is tall and yellowed, hiding whatever might be scurrying beneath the surface. You can see the peeling paint and the cracked wood, clear signs of a house that hasn't seen a friendly face or a coat of paint in many years. Every step we take on this gravel path feels like a warning, a crunching sound that echoes too loudly in the unnatural silence of the forest. The atmosphere is heavy with a sense of isolation, being far away from the city lights and the safety of the modern world. You feel smaller the closer you get to the looming facade. We've reached the front door. It's a massive piece of dark, weathered oak, carved with intricate patterns that look almost like distorted faces if you stare at them long enough in the moonlight. My hand is on the rusted iron handle, and it's ice cold to the touch. Can you feel the tension building? There's a distinct silence here, the kind of heavy quiet that precedes a massive storm. As we push the door open, the hinges let out a long, agonizing creak that echoes through the empty foyer, announcing our arrival to whatever might be listening inside. Welcome to the heart of the mystery. Once we step over this threshold, there is no turning back from the experience. Stepping into the living room, the smell of ancient dust and damp rot hits you immediately. Rotting furniture is draped in white, ghostly sheets, making them look like silent figures standing in the gloom. A single shaft of moonlight pierces through a broken shutter, illuminating millions of dust motes dancing in the air like tiny spirits. It's quiet, but it's a heavy, pressurized quiet, as if the walls themselves are holding their breath, waiting for us to leave. You can almost hear the faint, phantom echo of a piano that hasn't been played in half a century. Every shadow in the corner seems to stretch and contract, playing tricks on our peripheral vision as we adjust to the dark. Now we move into the main hallway. It's narrow and seems to stretch on forever, lined with framed portraits of people who lived here long ago. Their painted eyes seem to follow our every movement as we pass by. The floorboards groan and pop under our weight, creating a rhythmic sound that eerily mimics a slow heartbeat. There's a sudden draft coming from somewhere deep in the house, even though all the windows are shut tight and boarded up. It's easy to see why the local stories mention shadowy figures darting between these rooms at night. The hallway feels like a throat, swallowing us deeper into the belly of this haunted beast, further from the exit. We've entered the kitchen, and it's surprisingly intact, though covered in a thick layer of grime and history. Old iron pots hang from the ceiling, swaying slightly, as if caught in a breeze we simply cannot feel on our own skin. There's a strange, lingering scent here, sweet yet metallic, like old copper and dried flowers. This was once the heart of the home, a place of warmth and family, but now it feels sterile, cold, and utterly abandoned. Watch out for those deep shadows in the corners. Your mind starts playing cruel tricks on you when you stay in one place for too long. Did that pot just clink? The stillness here is far more unsettling than any loud noise could ever be. Let's head upstairs. The staircase is grand and imposing, spiraling upward into the absolute darkness of the second floor. Each step we take is a struggle against the weight of the atmosphere, which feels thicker with every inch of elevation. You might hear a faint tapping sound coming from inside the walls. The local residents say it's just the old pipes, but it sounds far too rhythmic and intentional for that. As we reach the landing, the air grows even thinner and colder. It's as if the house is physically trying to push us back down the stairs, back outside into the safety of the night. The wood beneath our feet feels soft, almost like treading on something living. This is the master bedroom, the place where most of the sightings have occurred over the last decades. A large canopy bed sits in the center, its curtains tattered, gray, and smelling of mothballs. There's a vanity with a cracked mirror that reflects a distorted, fragmented version of the room. People claim to see a woman standing by the window here, looking out at the dead gardens as if waiting for someone who will never return. It's peaceful in a terrifying way, a frozen moment in time that refuses to let go of its tragic past. You can feel a sense of profound sadness here, mixed with a chilling presence that makes the hair on your arms stand up.
Climbing the final wooden ladder into the attic, we find a treasure trove of forgotten and dusty memories. Old trunks, broken porcelain toys, and stacks of yellowed letters are scattered everywhere. The ceiling is low, forcing us to crouch and making the space feel incredibly claustrophobic. This is where the house stores its deepest secrets. There's a sudden, sharp thud from the other side of the room, probably just a stray animal or the house settling, but in a place like this, you can't be sure of anything. The energy here is frantic and unsettled. It feels like 1,000 eyes are watching from the corners where the flashlight doesn't reach. We shouldn't stay here long.
Did you see that? A flicker of movement by the old wooden wardrobe. It's getting hard to stay calm now as the atmosphere shifts from creepy to aggressive. The temperature has dropped significantly, and my breath is now visible in the dim light of the torch. The house feels like it's closing in, the walls narrowing. We're hearing voices now, soft, unintelligible whispers that sound like our names being called from the shadows just behind us. This is the peak of the haunting, where the veil between the worlds feels thinnest and most dangerous. We need to move, and we need to move fast. Whatever lives here doesn't want us to stay, or perhaps it wants us to stay forever.
We're making our way back down the stairs as quickly as we can without losing our footing. The house seems much louder now. The creaks, the groans, and the whispers are all merging into a cacophony of terrifying sound. The air is thick with the scent of ozone and old wood. We burst through the front door and back into the cool, fresh night air, lungs burning. The relief of being outside is instantaneous and overwhelming. Looking back at the house from the safety of the path, it stands silent and still again, as if nothing happened. But we know what we felt in there. The Rumah Hantu has definitely earned its reputation as a place of true haunting.
That was an incredibly intense experience, and I'm still shaking a little bit. Whether you believe in the supernatural or just enjoy the thrill of a good scare, there's no denying the psychological power of places like this. They hold on to history and emotion in a way we can't fully explain with science. If you enjoyed this journey into the unknown and want to see more explorations of the world's most mysterious places, don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Let me know in the comments if you've ever visited a place that made your skin crawl, or if you've had your own paranormal encounter. Until next time, stay curious, stay brave, and keep your lights on tonight.